My boyfriend, 27M, needs all of my 24F attention 24/7. Update. I had a talk with him about everything. Telling him I needed more space and alone time. He denied ever telling me I couldn't have alone time, and told me I should have just asked, which I have in the past. He told me I'm free to do whatever I want. The entire time we talked about this he asked me things like, "Are you not attracted to me anymore? Do you not love me anymore?" etc., to which I wasn't sure how to respond and kind of ended up backing down. Overall, it went horribly, and I don't know what to do. This has been an ongoing thing. My long-distance boyfriend has really severe separation anxiety. He wants to be in a call with me almost 24/7 with the exception of maybe showering. We've had talks about it, but it really hasn't gotten much better. Anytime I need alone time, he assumes I'm upset with him, or thinks he doesn't make me happy enough despite my reassurance. Because of him always needing to be with me, I'm left with almost no time to myself. I rarely have time for hobbies, and my online friends barely see me, which they've started to comment on. The only time I get online to see them is if my boyfriend is with me. Recently I got back in contact with my dad, who I haven't spoken to for a year and a half, and I now have plans to visit him and the rest of my family on the other side of the country. I told my boyfriend I'd be gone for a week and a half, and that we couldn't call like we usually do, since I'll likely be quite busy with my family, but told him I'd message him whenever I could. He panicked, and started to sound sad. I asked him what was wrong, and he told me he was worried he'd get less time with me in general now that I'm talking to my dad, which really makes no sense to me. I assured him that me having a relationship with my dad again isn't going to impact the amount of time we spend together. He's honestly the sweetest guy I've ever dated. Treats me like his princess, but I'm starting to see signs that this relationship maybe isn't healthy. What do you guys think? I agree it isn't healthy. Recommend to him to talk to someone like a therapist. Sounds like he's insecure and has jealousy issues, which def is an issue and will make it hard to have a relationship. This probably wouldn't get better if you lived in the same neighborhood. Probably turn into stalking. It most definitely isn't healthy, and he has shown you it's not going to get better. You've talked to him about it several times and nothing has improved. It really isn't that hard for a guy to act sweet when his whole life revolves around sitting on the phone obsessing over you. He doesn't have to juggle time between work and hobbies to take you on a great date. He doesn't have to cook you dinner or clean the house to help you relax. All he has to do is sit there and tell you how perfect you are. My point is, this guy is not as special as you think he is. And I'd bet quite a good amount of money that if you keep seeing him and eventually close the distance gap, you will be stunningly disappointed with how small and dull you find your life together. No, this isn't healthy. He needs to deal with his issues with a therapist, not keep you on call or guilt trip you into having no life outside of him. It's dangerous to get isolated from others like that. Reevaluate what being treated like a princess is to you. Is he in therapy? Because he needs to be, so he can be a fully functional partner, and not an emotional vampire? Nobody is in contact 24/7 with their partner. I'm at work, and my partner is at work, and we are not in contact. Tomorrow night I may go out with friends, and nobody will panic. When my partner goes to his hobby night, I do other things that please me. This is not healthy for either of you. Treats me like his princess. No, he doesn't. Because you also say this. Anytime I need alone time, he assumes I'm upset with him, or thinks he doesn't make me happy enough despite my reassurance. That's not treating you like a princess, or even treating you well at all. Boyfriend, M33, told me he'd prefer if I, F30, was thinner. Obviously I'm hurt by what he said, but I'm just surprised he waited this long to tell me. Little bit of background. We met 5 months ago and been officially dating for 4 months. Actually, right in the beginning I brought up the fact that I had gained weight, during the pandemic and due to major depression. I wanted to share my struggles and the fact that I'm currently on a weight loss journey. Was 75 kilograms when we met, now 72 kilograms. End goal 60/58 of a kilogram. It's been a slow but steady process, and I'm so proud of how far I've come, 'cause I weighed 82 kilograms at my heaviest. I expressed to him that I really want to get fit and be in the best shape of my life, but it'll take time. He then told me, he's happy to hear that I want to take care of myself and that he'll be supporting me along the way, which I thought was sweet. He never mentioned anything about my appearance or that I wasn't his type, etc. Fast forward to now, we had a deep conversation about our relationship as a few issues came up and we're trying to resolve them. But then he dropped the bomb. This is really hard for me to say and I never thought I'd say it to anyone. Actually never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I said, since we're already having this serious conversation, just tell me. And he goes, I wish that you were thinner. I was freaking shook when he said that. Not once did he make me feel like he wasn't attracted to me, and hearing this was a stab in the heart. I really thought he accepted me for how I am, and also knowing that I am trying hard to get in shape. I won't look like this forever. I'm honestly crushed. I wish he would have ghosted me after our first date if I wasn't his type, instead of pursuing a relationship. I'm so torn, but I think this plus other issues call for a break-up. What do y'all think? Oof. Given you're working hard at losing weight, and making good progress in a healthy way, that's a kick in the guts. Carry on with your weight loss journey but drop this dude. It's unfair to enter a relationship with somebody to then expect them to change. People are not projects. Hey op, I am on the same exact weight loss journey. Gained during the pandemic, weighed 180 pounds at my worst. I'm heading down to 130 pounds. I'm about 5 pounds away from being where you are now. I'm so proud of you and in awe of your progress. You are a true badass. Keep doing what you're doing, it's a beautiful thing. As for that guy, fuck him. The fact he even prefaced it with the whole, I'm not gonna say it, is such a dick move. He did that to get you to ask him what it was, while falsely trying to save face. So later he can say, well, I wasn't going to say it, you made me. He's likely manipulative and cruel and is testing the waters for what he can get away with. You're strong as fuck and you deserve better. I'm rooting for you. Tell him you wish his dick was bigger and then dump him. I wish you hadn't led me on for months. Bye. Do I, 19 female, tell my coworker, 21 female, that her dad, 55 male, asked me to hook up with him? Title looks a little strange. I'm 19, my coworker manager is 21, and her dad is 55. I work the closing shift at a grocery store and I've grown pretty close with the night manager who's around my age, 21 female. Her dad comes in to buy things pretty much every day because he works close by. He's become one of my regulars and his humor reminds me of my grandfather's, so I'm always excited to see him. He greets me with, hey gorgeous, or some iteration of that, but I honestly thought he was just trying to boost my self-esteem because he has 4 daughters and I'm around the same age as 2 of them. I'm usually behind the register so there's no way to make physical contact, but one day I was stocking the shelves and I saw him, so I said hi. He gave me a hug, which was a bit weird, but I really didn't think anything of it. We talked for a bit and then he went off to get the rest of his stuff. Around 15 minutes later I was on my way back to the register when I saw him again and he waved me down to tell me something. I have to tell you this now or I never will. I have a huge, old man, crush on you and I just wanted to say it. I said thank you and laughed it off. It was a little weird and I'm not sure what old man crush means, but I really didn't think it was that gross. I made a comment along the lines of, I'm sorry I'm so cute, it's not my fault, because I wanted to brush it off and keep it light. I went to walk away but he told me to wait. You're so hot. I want to give you orgasms until your hair falls out. I've been married for 30 years and never felt this way before. Holy shit dude. Holy fucking shit. Why would you say that to me? I wasn't super outright in my rejection of him at first, so maybe he got the wrong idea about what I was implying with my initial comment about me being so cute, but what the fuck? I don't remember exactly what I said because I think I started having a panic attack, but it was something along the lines of having to get back to work. I got on the register and he got into my line. While I was scanning his stuff he told me he travels every weekend for work and that I could come with him. I laughed because I was super uncomfortable, so he followed it with a, no, I'm serious. Do you want to come with me? I don't think I had outright rejected him up until this point and I just said, no, I'm sorry. Even though I shouldn't have apologized, I did. He then asked me to not tell his daughter. The daughter I work with 6 days a week. I'm not BFFs with this girl, but I do think she's a huge sweetheart and I adore her. She's been so kind to me and this whole situation makes me sick because she's involved. If it was just some random pig I don't think I would care, but I feel so guilty. I know it's not my fault, but I feel sick to my stomach every time I think about it. Her father is still very much married to her mother, though they could have an open relationship that she doesn't know about. All of what I know about their marriage is from his daughter. My boyfriend thinks I should tell her, but I don't know if I need to. The thought of telling her makes me nauseous to the point that I threw up the first time I told someone about what happened. I know she wouldn't think less of me if I told her, but I just feel so gross. I'm also not sure if she needs to know. The age gap is gross, but I am an adult and I think it might just be unnecessary for her to hear about her dad's sex life, attempted sex life. Should I tell her? Too long did not read. Coworker's dad told me he wants to give me orgasms until my hair falls out and I feel super guilty not telling her, but I'm not sure if she even needs to know. Yes. Tell her and gently explain that if he comes back you're reporting this to management. Your guilt is unwarranted. You were harassed at work. You should tell her, you're barely legal and he's practically a senior citizen. He is a predator. And I can't get over the audacity of it all. This is sure as heck not the first time this has happened, and won't be the last. And he's married. Also, she's a manager, so she really should know because he's probably sexually harassing other employees. Well, think about if you knew her dad had tried to cheat with anyone. I would probably mention it because for one thing it's not my job to keep his secrets. That's creepy as hell. Tell her. Tell her exactly what he said. He ought to be ashamed of himself. It's not like you're just telling his daughter. You're actually reporting it to the night manager, which just happens to be his daughter. Should I, 22 female, leave my husband, 38 male? I, 22 female, have been with my husband, 38 male, for just about 2 years, married for 1. We met at my college, on the first day. I was moving some stuff into my dorm and he offered to help carry the boxes as my father wanted to leave. I never really questioned why he was at my college, because I was just grateful for the help. After he moved my boxes in we started chatting and found we had loads in common. I was ecstatic when he asked me on a date. We kept dating and saw each other basically every day for a year. I was in love. So when he asked me to marry him I didn't even hesitate. This is where the issues began. I found out that he had 3 kids, that he hadn't mentioned. But I was so blindly in love I didn't care. It took me posting on Am I the Asshole and people thrashing in the comments to understand the red flags. He assumes that I should do all the housework as that was what his ex-wife did. Even though I have a job that's meant to put me through college, I still attend. I work long hours and I study on campus, yet he's listed me on his children's school as their immediate emergency contact. Although there are some positives, he never lets me pay for anything, refuses to accept my money. And he takes me on date nights every Friday evening that I have off from work. His kids are wonderful, even if we have some rocky moments. But I don't know. I can't even imagine being married and stepmom to 3 kids at 22. I just can't. What the hell was he going at your college? And why was a 34-year-old hitting on an 18-year-old? Or were you 20? First day, would hint at 18 but maybe you delayed. Either way, that's pretty creepy. So for me? Yes. I'd split from him. 22 is super young and he's expecting you to be a mom and wife and you're not even done with college yet. You guys rushed into things and it was a mistake. Should I, 22 female, leave my husband, 38 male? Yes. Did you have any other questions? Let me see if I understand this. 1. Divorced man who wants someone to raise his kids for him trolls around a dorm move-in day. 2. Finds one who bites, and feeds her everything she wants to hear, and makes her think, we have so much in common. 3. This man gets her to marry him way too quickly. 4. Man immediately puts her in charge of the kids and housework. HHHHMMMM. When is he gonna get you to drop out of school? Quit your job? Make you a domestic servant? Bangmaid he wanted. Bangmaid he got. You do realize he was looking for a bangmaid, and you just walked right into that with a smile on your face. So there's positives but you want to leave him? Which one is it? Because if a guy is a a-hole, he's an a-hole, there's nothing positive about it. So you didn't question why someone almost twice your age asked you out? You didn't think it off that you got married after a year? You somehow stayed after finding out about 3 damn kids. You really want another thrashing? 'Cause honestly you sound dim. Edit by your post history you are 2 years older than his kid, so my guess is you went to school together. Fighting over spending your birthday on the same day as her. And you're a stripper who married a guy your dad's age. You're a walking cliché and a mess. Not sure how many subs you have to post in before you get a clue.